I'm welcome to Surplus Only. In today's video we're going to have a look at the British Army Jungle sleeping bag. I'll be measuring this, putting it on scales, finding you a price. Nice, small, compact size. I've seen the compression bags for sale for anything up to 16 UK pounds, 16. I was lucky. This was issued with it. Compression straps, but the great thing I like about this one is it has 2 QR clips, quick release, and the others are slides. I'm going to put the exact weight of it up here on the screen. Let's get into how we open this. These are the compression webbing here, and I have 2 of them. 1, 2, as where this side has 2 QR clips. And that springs open, gives me easy, quick access to it, and it starts showing its shape a little. It's going to be quite subjective to its temperatures. It is a tropical bag or a jungle bag. So the jungle bag was for places like Belize, very hot. You probably wouldn't even need it. You could sleep in your softies. We'll run through some features and I'll get my tape measure out. I do want to measure this up. Features are very, very simple. Zip is right hand side and it is a rectangle envelope. So with the zip being on the right, you're best opening it with your left hand, crossing your shoulder to unzip. Might be kind of a pain if you're right-handed, but for left-handed people, godsend. On the inside, if we have a look, it does have its ties. Let me just undo that. I don't remember doing this tie up actually, but its ties there will stop it crashing when you don't want it to. Okay, just tie a bow. So if you don't want it coming down when you roll, tie that up. It does have the zip where I can pull apart. It's a crash zip. Pull that apart. On the inside is quilted by its length, and it is quilted stitch through from inside. You can see the stitch line here right through to the outside. So unlike modern sleeping bags that have a Pertex shell, those stitch holes, you're going to lose heat, which might be a good thing because remember, this is the jungle sleeping bag. Keep wanting to call it the tropical bag. The tropical is the newer. So let's see if I have a tape measure with me. We should. Let's open this out, lay it out and measure it. I'm going to disappear for a second while I go down the foot end. Let's get ourselves started off with a metre. There's a metre. There's 2 meters. And the hood 34. Two meters was from the foot or the toe box to the chin. Then it has a hood. Now it is hooded, a proper sleeping bag hood. I know the modern Corinthians style ones claim they have a hood, but it's not a fitted hood. It's more like just pulling your jumper up over your head. I don't count that as a hood. This is a fitted hood. The fitted hood gave the extra 34 centimeters. So if you was to include the hood, I've got 2 meters 34. Without the hood, exactly 2 meters. Let's just get the width. Now, with it being rectangular, it's going to be the same at the toe box as it is at the shoulders. A lot of people do prefer the rectangle sleeping bag. I'm going to stretch it out, and that is 72 centimetres, 28 inch. On this channel, I don't give reviews and I don't tell you what I think of certain products. I only give factual information, but I can be factual in telling you that I haven't used this very often because our climate here in the UK, like I said, you're going to need a heat wave if you're a cold sleeper such as I am to get away with this, because 3 in the morning, the temperatures do dip quite a lot in the UK. Even if you've had a heat wave of a day, it does dip, and I do feel the cold. I'm going to say for a cold sleeper, it's going to have to be sort of plus 10°C during that 3 in the morning period when it cools right down. Now that is quite a tall order for the UK for 3 in the morning to have those kind of temperatures. However, if you are a warm sleeper, you will sleep straight through that meridian hour between, say, 3 and 4 when the night time is at its coldest. You're going to get away with something like that. If you're a warm sleeper, you could probably get away with an upper of maybe 6-7 degrees, and that is going to vary on whether you are a cold or warm sleeper. But I'm sure you're going to want to know, how does it go back into the stuff sack? Is it easy? It's very easy. It's very easy. With it being a quilted material, I do actually fold mine by its length and roll rather than stuff. Now that is just my personal experience, but again, I don't want to sway you one way or the other. If you'd rather stuff it in, I'm going to encourage you to do that. Find what works for you and stick with it, rather than go through YouTube finding so-called experts telling you what to do. I don't like being dictated to, by the way, these kind of other people's videos, you're doing it wrong kind of attitude. I don't like that. I kind of think you should find out for yourself. Before we wrap this video up, you're going to want to know where you can buy one from and how much it's going to cost you to buy one. Like I said, I really couldn't tell you off the top of my head how much these are worth. I do know the stuff sacks can be sold separately and are worth about £16 just for the stuff sack. So I'm going to do a quick internet search for you and find out an average price, which means if you shop around, you can get them cheaper, and if you don't shop around, you might be paying too much. This one is kept its insulating value, and I don't know if all would, because the more you wash them, the less they insulate. I'm taking it this hasn't been washed overly. You can get about, I don't know, 10-20 washes before the insulation is degraded. I really recommend you don't wash sleeping bags unless, of course, you have to, i.e. got blood in or something like that, or it's got so much mud in it. So it's up to you if you're going to want to use some kind of sleeping bag liner. However, if you do, remember it's going to increase the weight in your pack and the volume it takes up in your pack. So these are all the facts. You've had the weight, where to buy one from, and its dimensions. It is a rugged bit of kit, and you've had the price. It's up to you to decide now if something like this would be a great bit of kit for your pack in quite a temperate environment. Until next time, take care of yourself.